Baby number 10. So, hirap po kami sa buhay. So, one day, it was really like a point in my life that life was very, very difficult for us. At any given time, there's 4 of us in college, 4 in high school, 4 in elementary. And 14 kami because my father is a military person. So every time he comes home, my mother is pregnant. So kaya kami naging 14 and I'm number 10. And then, the only thing we can do then is hindi kami allowed magkaroon ng boyfriend until college, 4-year college, 2nd semester. Ganun yan. So meaning, siguro that's why I got married so early. So at the age of 23, I got married. I had 3 wonderful kids, which ended up in separation. So it was very, very difficult marriage. I was a single mother of very young kids. Age at the time was 6 months old, 1 year, and 2 years old. And then after that, I lost my mother in a tragic accident. I don't know if you remember. It was the worst world's maritime disaster. Nalunod yung barko, and then nasunog. My mom was one of the casualty. From Legazpi, from Cebu to Masbate. So there's about 200 or 300 people. After 3 or 4 days, hindi namin nakita yung mother ko, yung body niya. So it was so like, sabi ko, wow, oh God, why do bad things happen to good people? I mean, you know, my mom goes to church every day. But I go, why? Why her? And then after that, because we were trying to, so nagsimula kami nung simula na, I left everything in Cebu. The only thing that I wanted to do is to start a new life. I never been to Manila then. I was like a stranger in Manila. This was in 1998. So I used to leave. I only have one good thing that happened to me was a job offer. I used to work for an AusAid, Australian aid agency. The project was finished in Cebu. Then I moved to Manila. I lived somewhere very far. I cannot even remember. Somewhere in Parañaque. So I had to leave my kids in the morning to my neighbor, nila Bandera. Then I go to my office in Makati. So I've done it all. With the bus, with the lining up in the heat of the sun, I have done it all. I go back again at night, collect my kids, prepare the things so tomorrow I can leave them again. That was my life. And then after a while, my job was better. I became the general manager of Pacific Star. I was holding 6th and 24th floors. I have about 100 staff. So, syempre, okay na yung sweldo ko. Nakakuha na ako ng yaya. Nakalipat na kami ng apartment sa Makati. At that time, my boss was very good to me. So, they sponsored me to finish my MBA at Ateneo. So, parang good, things are getting good na for me. So, syempre, parang gusto ko naman ng love. Sinactivate ko ngayon yung love ko. Naglagay ako ng mga peony. Kaya I love peonies. When it comes to love, darling, ako yan. I can vouch for that. So, at that time, I was putting all these peonies painting the southwest. I put the mandarin ducks in the southwest in my room. I made sure that I work facing my career direction. I sleep at night that my head is pointing to my love direction. Eh, yung pinagtatabahuan ko is a business center. Yung parang Regios na ngayon. We were the very first. So, ang daming mga foreigners from other countries. And then, maya-maya, ang dami na nangligaw sa akin. Dahil, ang dami talaga. Siguro there's a couple of them. And then, there was one of the guy, sabi ko, you know, so perseguido sila, perseguido. But there was one. Sabi ko sa kanya, you know, I'm not special. I'm annulled from my marriage. I'm a single mother. So I cannot really, you know, parang takot din ako to jump from one frying pan to another. So sabi naman niya, no, I don't care whether you have none or 50 kids. I still love you the same. Those were his words. And that's Mr. Allen now, yung kanina. Yes! So we had been together and married for the last 20 years. Wow. So the 3 kids, actually before the marriage, why I pursue Feng Shui, to be better of what I do is I went to a feng shui master. This is the real truth. And if I see him, I can speak straight into his face. I'm even keeping his destiny chart reading to me in Chinese. It's in Mandarin Hotel. Because I'm gonna do this new phase in my life, I went to see a feng shui master. I said, look, this is now a second marriage for me. My husband has proposed, and I'd really like to give this a try. I'd like to know whether the blessing of heavens conform in our chart. You know what he said to me? Even if you get married, it's meant to fail. Number one. Number two, do not get married. You are no match to each other. So all were negative remarks to me. And I said, oh my, so I was in tears. I was like crying. I was devastated. I was literally broken. Like, God, I mean, this is not my time for me to move on and have a new relationship. And this feng shui master told me, even if we get married, it's gonna fail. So sabi niya, don't get married at all to this guy. So nagalit. Gusto namang paluhin mag-sue. Who the heck is that guy telling you what's gonna be your future? So anyway, I was in tears. So sabi ko, you know, when I left the hotel, I said, one day, I'm gonna learn exactly what you are learning, and I'm gonna be better at that. And that's how I started feng shui. So I have proven the stars wrong. We went ahead. He took us to England. He brought the kids to Europe. He introduced us to his parents. His parents loved us instantly, calling my kids, these are my grandchildren. And can you imagine, foreigner, puti, and my kids are different colors? It was really something. So, sabi ko, but I was like, syempre takot ako because papangano nga naman kung maghiwalay kami, etc. So I did feng shui.